Wait till I get done with that.
Can we get a proper stand for our flag?
Good day, sir.
Is that my name?
You can turn if you want to.
Okay, thank you all for coming out tonight for the September 9th meeting. And let's work very hard tonight to keep order, if we will, please. And if there's any discussion that will come through the chair, or I'll ask you to be silent. And I think we can have a very good meeting. So I'll move to Hilda, if you would please, a roll call.
Rhonda Ackerson here, James Baker.
Here.
Steve Graham. Here. Tommy Matthews.
Tommy's out with a medical issue.
Wayne Sellers.
Here.
Robert Thompson. He's sick. Bonnie Blackwell. Here. Terry Boyette. Here. Mike Hunter.
Here.
Tom Trammell.
Here.
Lori Lilly. Here. Mike Conley.
Here.
Kim Coycar. Dusty Trail.
Here.
Will Brown.
Yeah. Okay, board members, yes, I'm sorry. Oh, I thought you were filming.
Who did I forget? Oh, yeah, okay.
You have,
Terry Hester here, Vicki Olson here, Vicki Sellers. Here. Okay.
all right, thank you, Hilda. Thank you, Vicki. We'll move on to approve excused members. It's the pleasure of the board.
Motion to approve. Second.
Any discussion? All in favor of the motion, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay. Do you have something you want to say?
I do. I want to, well, last month, Glenn was not here, and we had voted, or I made a motion to unexcuse Mike Conley, but he did contact the board member, board member wasn't here, so I'd like a motion to overturn last month's unexcused absence for Mike Conley.
We already did that.
That was last month's meeting. We did Dusty Trail the month before, and we've also got to add that when we get to the minutes. But Mike Conley last month was voted unexcused, but Glenn knew of that, but Glenn was not here yet.
Okay, so you were, you.
So I made the motion.
You voted for, did you vote for the motion last
Yes.
time? Okay, so you could bring it back up.
No,
So that is
I
your
wasn't,
motion?
I didn't make it up.
Bonnie.
No, you voted affirmative for that?
Yes,
Okay, so you can bring it back up. So that's your motion?
that's my motion.
Do we have a second? A motion and a second, is there any discussion? All in favor of the motion, say aye. Aye. Any opposed?
Who was the second?
Tom Trammell.
Thank you.
Board members, you have a copy of the agenda? Do you have a motion? Yes.
Before we get to that, I do have one other thing I would like to say. I'm sure a lot of you have heard, but Mike Davis, which is Reese Davis's husband, recently passed away, and he was a prior board member, and I just want to thank him and his family, you know, for all that he did for us. He was always there if you said, hey, Mike, I need, he was always there to help, and in any way he could, but he just passed away this past week. So if you pray, if you would keep his family in your prayers this week. The funeral is Saturday. So that's all.
Thank you. Thank you, Bonnie. Okay, you have a copy of the agenda in front of you. What's the pleasure of the board?
Motion to approve the agenda.
Motion by James Baker, second by Tom Trammell. Any discussion on the agenda? All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Minutes, Hilda?
You have the brief minutes that I was able to recall. I couldn't find a video. Charlie didn't get back with me, so anyway, I'm sure that there's stuff missing. Anybody want to add or subtract from this?
Yes, okay. I'm gonna approve, vote nay to approve the minutes, the corrections to the August minutes. Wanda had already said about the correction with Mike Connolly, to excuse his absence. I made a motion to, I'm sorry, I voted, I emailed Hilda, asking her to play, I voted, oh my goodness, I'm sorry, I had a headache. I emailed Hilda in July asking her to place discussions about park improvements on the agenda. Nobody responded to it, so I made a motion to not approve the agenda last month, and that's not on here. I also made, I voted nay to approve the minutes from last month due to several edited changes last minute before the meeting. I also voted nay to the treasurer's report for not having enough time to review, and that's not on here. On the maintenance committee report, I made 3 motions that were not recorded. I can go over those now if you'd like.
I've got all those notes.
Okay.
As you know, I used your sheet back in August, but all your notes were pretty much redacted.
But you still have to record the motions that I made. So I made a motion that the park maintenance and.
Does she have those, you have those, that information?
I think so, if you send them to me, I'll add them to that.
Okay. She'll have those too, that one.
And then, new business on the minutes was left blank. I had asked about the septic tank and odor, and I was instructed not to ask any questions or send any emails to board members. I was instructed to make private phone calls to board members and officers only, and I never really got an answer as to what happened with the septic tank at Odor Park. And then old business was left blank on the minutes. I asked Charlie under old business if the cameras had caught any vandalism or theft on the days I gave him, and he said no, and he can only think of 3 instances where the cameras caught anything else. So those are the corrections I had in the minutes. Okay.
So,
But I can email you.
What I'll do is, I'll try to incorporate what I think you want me to incorporate, and I'll send them to you.
Okay.
Also, the Dusty Trail, we had voted to undo his excused absence to make it, or an excuse to make it absent from the prior month due to the fact that he was this month, you know,
And didn't I just say that we excused everybody? Isn't that what I?
Yeah, but because in the prior month, we voted that it has to go into the next month, that we overturned it, or no one will know in the future if they're looking back.
Okay, so in August, you voted,
So
was that the August?
overturn, right? Yeah.
Dusty Trail for his July. for
Yeah,
his
July he was marked unexcused.
Oh my God.
That last month in August to be excused. Because that was with things.
so, as it relates to approving the minutes, we entertain a motion to table the minutes so that we can get them corrected.
Yeah, that's it.
So we have a motion, table,
Yes.
and who is tabling the minutes? We need a motion in a second.
Lori.
Okay, Lori,
Lori,
who's second? Wanda?
second.
Any discussion on the minutes? All in favor of the motion to table, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? We'll move to the secretary's report.
The telepathic motion.
Terry, I'm sorry, Hilda.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll move on then to the treasurer's report. Vicki?
Okay. All right, first of all, our banking information for August. The Seacoast checking account balance was $116,198. The reserve savings account is $503. I'm not giving you all cents. The CD account is $52,320. And our membership checking account is $2,404, for a total of $171,426. And then attached to that is our P&L. And Carol also included an average for January through August on the right-hand side. Does anybody have any questions on these before we move on to some of the budget information?
I do.
Any board members?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
If I'm looking at the January through August list, so we're looking at the year up to date. If I was to just guesstimate how much money was put into the parks, would I just look at other Columbia County maintenance expense, which would be the $9,618? And then would I add in the other Swanee County maintenance expenses for $2,000, and then the remodel renovations at Swanee County for $3,000? And then the park capital, under park management, under capital improvements, the $900, is that where basically all the money to the parks is gone?
Did you have maintenance labor,
Yeah,
maintenance supplies?
Maintenance mileage.
Garbage, janitor,
The whole thing.
You also have,
So maintenance labor is considered something that goes back, obviously back in the parks.
garbage collection is Desi cleaning the parks, cleaning the bathrooms.
Yeah, but that's more like upkeep, but things that we actually put into the parks that made them better this year.
Yes.
So if I was to get like a rough number, would that be about $15,000? That was put into the
No.
parks this year?
If you're looking under Columbia, just for maintenance labor alone is $6,000.
Maintenance labor, there we go. So what's considered maintenance labor? Is that cleaning the bathrooms?
No,
Okay.
bathrooms is under
Janitor
janitor
labor,
labor.
okay. So what's maintenance labor?
Maintenance fees, things that were maintenance, things that were improved or fixed in the parks. I'd have to go through and pull the invoices to see exactly what we
Okay, so I would do
I
labor.
know that last year we had a lot of hurricane cleanup.
Right.
Um,
So I would look at maintenance labor, other maintenance expenses, so that would be 9,000 and 6,000.
Yeah, and then you've got Swanee County with,
Maintenance labor 750, 2,000 and 2005, 607.
2,050, yeah, for Swanee.
So roughly
And remodel
$22,000.
renovations, 3,000 for Swanee.
So roughly 22,000 that's gone into the parks this year.
I'd have to sit down and add it.
I mean, just estimated, I'm not
Yeah.
counting pennies here. I just wanted to see what we would be counting to see what actually goes back to the parks.
50 is,
In reality,
Columbia, is that like all the parks in Columbia County? And
Yes,
then Swanee is, Swanee's
Yes.
side?
yes.
Okay, I think that answers my question.
Okay, Vicky.
Okay, so then the next part is you have,
Let's get a motion to approve the
Okay,
financial
sorry.
report and the treasurer's report. Need a motion?
Motion to approve the financial report.
Commissioner James, second by Tom Trammell. Any discussion on the financial report? All in favor of the motion, say aye. Aye. Any opposed?
I'm gonna oppose just because I'd
Okay.
like to get a couple days
Okay,
earlier.
any opposes? Okay?
So I have to report to the
Yeah,
board
yeah,
first.
all the vote.
Just because I just need a couple days to look at it.
Okay, so Vicky,
okay, so you also have in front of you a proposed budget for 26. Does everybody have a copy on the board?
yeah, I apologize, I do have two slots open tonight on the board, so board members, excuse me, but I'd like to bring up Dusty Trail and Matt Conley for tonight's meeting, because we had two absences.
Now that we're halfway through it.
Can you bring both of y'all onto the board tonight to vote? And I apologize for that. Somebody,
Okay, so what we did is, we compared last year's budget to this year's budget and proposed for next year. A lot of the items that you'll see in the budget were the same. A few of them were reduced. A couple of them went up based on, insurance and property insurance and liability is gonna go up. The only major changes that we made tonight to the budget proposal is we added another $20,000 to building renovations, major repairs on the capital improvements, because we plan on doing at least $20,000 probably in extra fencing and gate replacement to secure the parks. And then the board also discussed the fact that we probably, at this point, with the amount of members that we have, we need a CAM, a management company to assist us with filings of licenses and paperwork and organization. And the proposal on that is somewhere around $70,000 that we're gonna add to the budget. It may not be that much. If it isn't, we'll back it back down later, but that's what the proposal is for. So that would bring the budget from $162,850 that you see in front of you, and I've changed your sheets on the last page. It would change it to $252,850. Any questions?
And if we approve that, in our,
Oh, you won't be able to find your way no more.
if we approve that in October, we would more than likely round that off into the 25, maybe 250, that's what it would be.
Okay,
I think that would be appropriate if everything goes through.
so that would be approved at the next board meeting in October. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes.
That's correct.
Okay. Anybody have any
Any board
questions?
members? Okay, do you have anything else, Vicki?
Nope, that's all.
So we'll move on to the president's report. Terry?
Okay, we had 933 people in the park every Labor Day weekend. I think it went down because it was so cloudy over the Labor Day weekend.
Did you say 933?
Yeah.
Wow.
Which usually it's more than that. We had one incident with a guy coming in Herder Park with a gun strapped around him. But I gave you, that would get him out the park with the gun.
He did what with the gun?
What?
Tried to walk in with a gun on his shoulder.
Oh, strapped on, okay.
Strapped on his chest. And you want me to talk about the members meeting now? Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, the members meeting is gonna be on October the 4th. The food's gonna be there 11:30. We'll have probably set it up and start serving at 12 o'clock. And at 1 o'clock, the actual members meeting will start. And we're gonna keep the prices the same as last year.
Yes.
So it'd be $9 for adults and $4 for children. It was $4.50 for children last year, but the 50 cents became a problem with the change. It'd be $9 for adults and $4 for children, so that'd be it for me.
So, we won't have another, meeting before that Saturday. This is the first Saturday, right?
Yeah.
You changed, and that's the 4th, you said?
October the 4th.
October 4th, so, this is the barbecue, isn't it? Okay, so anything that you need, at this time to get started with, or?
No, me and Bob usually take care of getting everything out there. Bill usually helps me with the picnic tables and stuff.
Are we putting up a tent for this and,
Yeah, we're gonna put up the tent. Yeah. That's normal though. I guess I assume everybody should know about it by now.
Right.
Yeah, we probably did it up the night before at 5 o'clock like we usually do.
Well, there shouldn't be a problem on that Saturday. Usually a Gator game's a problem, but I'm not worried about that now.
We're gonna skip it this time.
So, torn watch.
It's the second, so I can, hang on.
Okay.
We all are talking to the 4th.
Well, we might change it.
Okay.
It's the second Saturday.
Do what?
Second Saturday.
Yeah, so that's me.
It's only the bylaws.
Bylaws say it's the second Saturday.
So what now?
It's supposed to be the second Saturday, according to bylaws.
Okay, so,
It'll be the 11th.
is that when it's gonna be, the 11th?
I would think we would want to keep the tradition.
I was just checking, I've been out through the summer, so, you know,
We haven't, this is the first time, I mean, it was coming up,
I was thinking there was another event that was, that you were trying to stay away from, that was matching up with the second
Oh,
Saturday.
that's usually the fish fry.
Okay, so we're good then with the second Saturday, is that correct?
That's the 11th.
Okay, so scratch that, the 11th,
The 11th.
so October 11th.
That means on October 10th, when he's put the 10 up deal.
That's even better.
The 10, on the 10th.
Okay, Terry, you have anything else?
No.
Have nothing else? Okay, any board members, have anything for Terry?
I do, but I know you said come through the chair.
Sure, okay, what do you have?
So a couple meetings ago, there was some speculations and accusations that were made, and I just wanted to, I know for like dinners and fish fries and things like that, that cash is not a big deal, or for the donations for the memberships, but, I think it'd be wise if we didn't accept cash for membership dues, just to avoid accusations, because, you know, it is the new age, you can pay by credit card, check, money order, PayPal, Venmo.
Okay, that's a good debate point. Do y'all have,
Valid, but you have a lot of people
do
that
do you get a lot of cash?
Yeah.
You do, okay.
And on key day, they pay a lot in cash.
Country.
So they come to pick up their keys, a lot of them get
Freaking money on it?
Maybe before a newsletter goes out, we can let people know ahead of time that we should.
Okay.
Cash.
We have a little bit of time before then, so why don't we discuss it? That is a good point, but there may be another way to take cash if we have a couple of folks that can sign off that the cash was received. You can see what I'm saying, it may be a little more difficult, but.
Well, typically when we take cash,
Yeah,
the member signs a piece of paper, Terry signs a piece of paper, so there's no, that amount changed hands. So if you go back through our files, you'll see where she has them signed that she took the money, and if they paid it.
And then when it's passed to me, I
Uh-huh.
get a copy of the receipt, I get a copy of part of the cash showing they paid in cash.
right.
So when it leaves her hand and comes to mine, there's a check and balance.
How many people roughly do you think pay in cash, just estimate?
A lot more than you think.
No, you don't have.
200?
No.
I'm a lot more than I mean, people get upset when you don't take that.
Well, we have 900 plus members. Do you think 90 people, 100 people, 200 people?
2, 3. I mean, there's a
Really?
lot, a lot.
Okay, you know, when we had the attorneys look at all of that paperwork, they matched the actual revenues with the amount of dollars that we received. We were probably within 1%. You know, because there's other revenues that come in. So they didn't see that as being a problem, but control is very important too, so that it's fully understood. And do you understand what they're saying they've been doing with the process?
Kind of, I kind of heard people saying that they didn't get receipts that weren't
I wish you
the
would
same or something.
Bring that person to us, and you find that person, bring them to us. We'd be more than glad. to-
Yeah, they're not saying that anything was missing, they're just saying
Right.
that the receipt was.
Detain them,
You know.
Yeah.
detain them for questioning.
And I also had a friend who tried to,
Karen,
I'm sorry.
let her finish and then we'll go there.
I had well, not really a friend, somebody had reached out and said they were trying to pay online and couldn't, and they were told they needed to drive all the way from Jacksonville to Terry's house to buy a membership. When they had already been a member in the past, so it wasn't like a new purchase or anything. So it was just kind of like, well, why couldn't they just mail in a check or do a credit card or do something like that online? Just-
Well, we cut it off because we didn't want people paying for the new year. So.
This year.
Right, that just is a recent thing.
Okay, we got a little bit of time, we'll work on that.
And it's just to protect everybody on,
Sure.
you know.
But if you need your keys, you need to come pick them up. I mean, when it's convenient, but.
I know that y'all have been most accommodating for a lot of folks that walk in for last second,
Your
so.
friend's been contacted, why not, we can take our keys to it out there on the spot.
Okay.
Okay,
I
yes,
wanted
ma'am.
to say that I also.
Wayne was ahead of you, Vicki.
I mean,
But go ahead, Vicki.
okay, so I bought a lot talking, money bag too, that Terry has the key and I have the key, so that when she collects cash and she puts all that, there's also a breakdown in there of how many were checks and how much the checks total and how much the cash was in detail and how much the cash total for a grand total. That's accompanied all of that money in that locked money bag when she gives it to me, only she and I have a key. So when I go through it, I verify what she added up, and if there's any discrepancy, I get back with her. But what she gives me goes in the bag, I count it, verify it, it goes to the bank, and Carol double checks me, so.
You have a statement to that, or a
Yeah.
voucher for that, correct? Okay. And then based on the number of members that we have, 900 plus members times the.
But you can't go that way because some are prorated.
No, but I understand, but I'm saying,
But
if
for the
you
most
look
part,
at,
yes.
if you look at the statistics on that, you're gonna be, if you were really off, it would be a number. It's very, very, very close to being almost the same,
No, you gotta have the keys.
so,
Keys gotta be there.
understood. Okay,
Because that was, if you have 250 people who pay $175, that's $43,000 in cash being handled, and that's just a lot for all of you guys to have to deal with.
It's not all at once either. I mean,
Okay, I'm just trying to help
all
you
right,
guys.
okay, we're good, we will,
Moving on, I'd like to speak, if
Yes,
I
sir.
could, please.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes, sir.
All we've got to do is get a receipt book. What she said was that this person didn't get a receipt. We can get a receipt book to pass out the receipts.
About as easy as it gets.
And that'd solve that.
And we that's not a big problem.
They should get one.
We have that on.
They should get a receipt book and write some receipts.
She lost her receipt.
Okay, all right, so you do, I thought that was stapled to the voucher, when people pay this. And I looked at one of the
She handles
reports.
the receipt, it's on the back end.
Okay. I thought that's what I saw, okay. Okay, what else do we have, Madam President?
That's it.
That's all, okay. We'll move on then to Park Manager report. Board members, you have a copy?
Yeah, I'll make it short and sweet. The AED was inspected. Glass continues to be a big problem on Boat Ramp Park. I'm taking pictures of garbage cans full of it.
That's Swanee County, right?
Yeah, it's Swanee County. All the other parks, I checked them too. You know, it's very minimal, one or two bottles down the bottom or something every week. Swanee Boat Ramp, those cans are full with glass bottles. Also, that's not written in here, I just remember over at Swanee that I got a call from a person that was, or I heard from a member, Terry, that somebody had an issue with people bringing their dogs in the Boat Ramp Park on the Swanee side, and them dogs going over into their property. So, that means, signs are right there, they're not. And, unlocked parks is another big issue. I see a lot of folks in I don't recognize. Nobody will give me their name or key number, so it's really hard for me to chase them down and tell them if they're trespassing or not. I would like to thank a member for making the first cut on the cemetery. Now we can do it ourselves. It looks wonderful. Anybody drives by, they can take a look at it. And at Point Park, the gate lock was destroyed or broke or whatever, so we replaced that.
At Point or Midpoint?
That point
Point
forward.
Park, I
You have a
typed.
typo, it should say Point. And lock,
Yeah, forgot.
not the gate, but the lock is replaced.
Boat Ramp Park continues to be left unlocked, even when there's a big group of people down there. Members at Point Park, we had a member at Point Park that was disorderly, and I had to call the sheriff. It was during the time that our gate reader was there and I was there. And he left before the sheriff came, but the sheriff came and said if he comes back, we're sitting right over here, can we call, we'll be over. And the family was so embarrassed. The daughter and the wife of the guy, and they came back and apologized for him being a, whatchamacallit. And, I said, I wouldn't know, you know, I don't have no problem with it, you talk to the sheriff if he comes back. Many parks have been completed, many projects have been completed in the parks, and I think the sheriff's going to do it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Bill, appreciate all that you do in the park. Tommy Matthews couldn't be here tonight, but just to kind of give you an idea, there have been quite a number of repairs and work done in the parks this past year. I think this is the best that the parks have ever looked in a season, and very, very pleased with that. Excuse me? But anyway, very, very pleased with the parks, the maintenance and the paint jobs, the work that's continuing to go forward in getting the fence repaired. Hopefully with this budget cycle here, we'll be able to finish all the fences, especially due to the fact that we had a terrible season last year with damage to the parks. The buildings are clean and they look very good. Also, we are working on the septic tank system here. We've met with the person who installed the system, and we're making repairs to that, and that will be done, we hope, within a couple of weeks. Everything is looking good there. Didn't realize it, but we have an old system here that's going to be taken out. We have a new system that was put in about 10 years ago, 12 years ago, that met the criteria for this park. So when those repairs are done, that should alleviate quite a bit of issues. I didn't realize that this sewage was going into the old tank, which was a block construction tank from the early 60s, so that'll be taken out. We really only had the grinder pump run into the new field. So with all that being done, all of this sewage will go to the new system that's in a very good location near the road there. It's a little easier for it to percolate. So very pleased with that. Looked at the information from the health department, and we will meet the criteria for that to be satisfied. But all in all, the parks do look very good, and the people that are there maintaining and mowing the parks, cemetery looks great. We shouldn't have really any issues there now that we're going to have it on a maintenance program. I don't know if any of you had the opportunity to go look at the cemetery, but it looks very good in respect to the old cemetery, to the graves that were there back from the Civil War, back when that used to be Fort White, that section of trepo. I think y'all did a good job, so we really appreciate that. I think this building, along with the paint jobs here, the bathroom is going to be painted on the boat ramp at Swanee, and the new covering is going to be put there for the pump house, and the boat ramp has been repaired. Makes it very, very easy for people to utilize. That fence project is one of the fence projects that will be in the budget for this year, and balance the trees and all will be cut at the different parks. So that's pretty much where we are, and I think it's been a heck of a year to get that work done. And this is August. It's been about a year since we had the problems from last year. So we'll move on now to communications report. Do you have anything?
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
you kind of went straight from department manager's report into maintenance
Yeah.
report. You weren't here last meeting, but I wanted to address the outburst at the July meeting towards myself.
Sure.
And especially after the cussing and calling me names after the August meeting in front of witnesses.
Was it after the meeting or during the meeting?
It was right after the meeting, right there.
Okay.
Mr. Grimm came up to me after the, well, obviously you heard the shouting in the July meeting because you had to tell him to stop. And then after the meeting in August, he came up to me in front of witnesses and he called me names and he cussed at me. I think his outbursts are completely uncalled for and very concerning. He made me very upset and nervous, and I don't want him treating other members in the parks the same way. If he acts like this on camera and in front of witnesses towards fellow board members in a meeting, it makes me question his actions towards others when not being recorded. It puts everyone in an awkward and potentially dangerous situation. So I'd like to make a motion that we retire Mr. Brown from the park manager position.
I don't know that a motion would be in order for that. That would be an item that we really would want to agenda. So if you want to agenda that item, we'll do that. That's fine. Okay. Anybody else?
I mean, I'd like to at least get an apology.
Well, that's something you can work on after the meeting, okay? All right, we'll move on then to any new business.
No, you,
Yes.
yes.
Oh, did you? I'm sorry.
Someone else interject.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. Okay, communication, my bad.
Alright. Okay, we'll start with our membership numbers. Right now for Columbia County, we're at 688. Swanee County, 250 members. We have a total of 938. 938 members total.
And where were we last year about this time? It's about 960?
Probably.
Yeah.
But we've also got some that we're working on. We receive things through estoppels, through others, but until we get, they'll send us a check, but we have no contact information. So we have things sitting that we can't do anything with until that person
Okay.
follows up with the information that we send them, and then we can count them. Okay, so the next the next event coming up is October 11th, as she was saying, the members meeting. And right behind that, we're on Saturday, October the 25th, we're gonna do our fall festival with the chili cook-off, Halloween costume contest for adults and children, followed by trunk or treat. We've done this the last few years, and it's a lot of fun for everyone. Also, if you know of any vendors, anyone would like to sell their wares or whatever they have, we'll be putting some information out on that. Contact us. The next one is, we'll go ahead and put on your calendar for, it'll be our 5th annual Christmas extravaganza, and that will be Saturday, December the 6th. Let's see. And next month, we have a member that is wanting to come and speak, and we'll have to add that to the agenda, regarding the, protecting the Ishtuckney River. So if that's something near and dear to your heart, be sure to be here next month. And that's all I have.
Okay.
Did you say the Christmas thing was December
December 6th.
6th?
So October 11th, members meeting, October 25th, fall festival, chili cook-off, and Halloween.
Okay. Board members, we don't have any new business that I'm aware of. So we'll move on to old business. Do we have any old business to discuss?
I've got some old business.
Sure.
I had asked Charlie, well, he's not here, so I can't really address him, but I had asked Charlie, the last several months and the last couple of years to update the trepo.net website. It's, the more he tries to update it, more things are getting deleted. He said he was just trying to organize things, but nothing's happened since the last meeting. So, I'd like to make a motion that Charlie updates the website, trepo.net, to reflect the following. So this is gonna be a little bit of a list here I'm gonna read out.
Why don't we do this, why don't I agenda that for the next meeting?
Okay.
Those
Will it
items?
go on the agenda though, when
Sure.
I ask to have it on the agenda?
Sure.
Okay.
If you'll give me those items, I'll put those there, and we'll agenda that item, and then we'll have those subcategories, okay?
Thank you.
Okay. Any more old business? All right, we'll move on to property owners. Anyone care to speak to the board? Yes, Leanne?
I have two questions. One, is there going to be a meeting, let's see, okay, the second Tuesday would fall.
The
after-
14th,
Yes, so it would be after the picnic.
yes,
So you will have that meeting then on Tuesday also?
yes,
In October, okay.
yes,
And that's when this agenda will be discussed, okay?
yes,
Or just for-
right.
And then the second thing, this management company that you're.
We haven't hired a management company.
No, that you're talking about possibly getting.
We've talked to
Now,
two
Would
or
that,
three.
would those, would
Yes.
that, would they be handling the membership dues?
We would be negotiating with them on how we
Yeah,
would
so
set the
I was
process
gonna
up.
say, like, who would, like, instead of the people
We
here
would
having
somewhat
to deal
still
with,
be in contact, they would be handling the brunt of the.
you know what I'm saying, having to take the money and what Bonnie was
Whatever we
saying,
can
where,
do
like,
to.
so would they be the ones that would be handling all of that?
Whatever we agree
And
to,
taking it off?
when we
the
negotiate,
board?
Leanne, with the company,
Okay,
based on what we negotiate with them for them to do,
okay.
the board will still be running, the
Well,
board's
yeah,
still on the
no, I'm
board.
just talking about the money part.
But we'll decide on that based on the cost
And the-
of what things are, and that'll be determined at that time. So we'll be looking at 2 or 3 different
And,
companies.
and these, escrows or whatever they're called, these estoppels,
It was still those out.
you guys haven't been doing that, so you need to discuss with these. If you do the management companies, and you're saying you have to discuss what their role would be.
Correct.
So you don't know.
And how much it's gonna cost us and what we're willing to pay versus, I mean, 'cause we're not just gonna hand them money if we don't feel that they're doing what we need. You know
You're
what I'm
gonna
saying?
still.
And
yeah,
there's still
so-
little things that we can do to take,
Yeah, so
that
you're just
off.
wanting to take some burdens and
to
have
take
some
the
help.
brunt, yes.
Oh, okay.
And there'll be a fee associated with that.
Yeah.
Compensation.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you gotta figure it out then.
Right. Thank you, Leanne. Yes, ma'am.
Captain Lovett, and I
Hey, Kathy.
have a question about Brennan Park. I know that, I've read, or in a couple of the board minutes, they talk about campfires or fires and fire rings are allowed at Brennan Park and I think maybe Camping Park. But the only concern I have is, one, there's no water source over at Brennan Park, so if people come, I know there's not a camp ring now, there's just a grill. But if people come in and light a fire and then they go to leave, how are they gonna put this fire out? And if there's no, I mean, the river is down the trail, that they would have to go and bring a bucket with them and fill it
That's,
up. And
that's a very good question.
so that was just, I didn't know if you had a plan for that.
Have we been discussing, fires for Brennan Park?
There were supposed to be fire rings, and I haven't seen a fire ring there, I've just seen a grill with firewood stuck inside of it. And then at the base of the grill is like some rocks, but they have weeds growing over them. And just, I was concerned with all the trees and the dead foliage that's there, if people just leave after they built a fire.
Well, right now, I think they started painting today over there, didn't they? They pressure washed the pavilion, they repaired the wood on the pavilion and the fascia boards and the E-drips, and they pressure washed everything, and they're actually priming it and painting it. As a matter of fact, I think it started today.
Yeah.
So that's the beginning of some of the improvements that are going to be done there.
I don't think there's a fire, there's a place for a fire.
Yeah, there's not,
But your
there's
point,
not a fire.
but your point's well taken, because that would certainly put us in a bad situation if we didn't have a way to put out a
If
fire.
they're not camping there, so they leave
Right.
and then there's a fire, but they don't have a way to put it out if they didn't bring a bucket with them or a shovel. And then I saw firewood shoved into this grill, and I know y'all are upset about people using firewood in grill rather than,
Right.
charcoal and stuff, so that was just a
Well,
concern.
we're
I
working
had.
on the improvements there. The park's been cleaned up pretty well.
Yeah, it looks
Looks
nice.
good. So,
Except for
we
fence.
do need to address that, and is that grill in good shape, or is it need to replace it?
It's one of the weaker ones, and it's probably gonna need to be replaced, but, the same thing will happen to it like it does to the other ones. They'll people cram it full of wood during some winter time, and that's their fire pit. They don't make a down at.
Maybe because there's
They
not a
make
fire pit.
right down there by the water,
Right.
and, so what you're saying is exactly right. There's no water, so it's a tip of the river. And I go down there a lot, and there's always a smoldering fire, a lot of them, so.
That is in the old rules for that park, so we do need to address that.
What I was gonna say is, back in the day when we were revamping the rules for all the parks.
Right.
That rule was put in there that they would allow fires at that park because one of the members was gonna donate a fire ring, and it never happened.
I see. But even still with fire ring and you have a lot of wind, I don't
Yeah.
think Smoky Bear would be real
Exactly.
happy with that.
Maybe revisit that and possibly remove that.
So if it's not gonna be allowed, we just need to take it out.
Yeah.
didn't know with, you mentioned earlier in the budget meeting about fire casualty insurance, I'm like, well, I wonder if that is considered also by the insurer.
It is.
Okay, you know, here's fire, but there's no way to put fire out.
We'll address that in the rules in, Monday, Jerry.
Yeah, and that needs to be changed.
Okay, anyone else? Yes, ma'am.
I sent you a text on August 7th concerning Bill Brim's violation of state statute 720.
Excuse me, ma'am, what's your?
304, Marilyn Gorman.
Gorman, okay.
I live on Swanee side. 720.304 parentheses 1 close parentheses. Homeowners were forced to leave Bull Ramp Park in Swanee County. We were peacefully assembled in honor of the anniversary of Jerry and Amanda Danaher. And Brim violated the state statute when he kicked us all out. I sent you a text and you never answered. Is he gonna be fired for violating the state statute or not?
It's the food truck things.
Good idea.
I don't think so, no, ma'am. He's not.
So he's just gonna get away with violating state statute?
I haven't really reviewed.
Maybe I'll
state
talk
statute.
to the prosecutor in libel. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Anybody else? Yeah,
Jared Buttram. I'd like to first start off thanking you guys for what you've done at Boat Ramp Park. It looks great. The boat ramp, the rocks, very, very nice. The new picnic tables, thank you. That is awesome. The thing that Wayne said about the receipts, giving a receipt, they do give receipts to a book, but the problem with the receipts, it doesn't say Trepo's name on it anywhere, so we don't know who that money's going to.
It's all at the bottom. It says-
wait a minute.
Well, I have 3 receipts and they don't say Trepo on them anywhere.
We'll address it, okay? Thank you.
I was curious about Boat Ramp Park.
Let me stop you there just a second. You said you had 3 receipts?
I have 3 receipts as evidence, yes I do.
Okay, if you would like to meet with me, I have no idea.
I can email you.
Well, if you'll email those 3 receipts, but I'd like to match those up with the receipts that we have.
There's nothing on them. There's person's name's not even on it, nothing. All it says is paid $175. That's it. And it's a handwritten garbage receipt like I
And
would
did you
give
get
out.
that from?
I know exactly what numbers they came from.
Oh, they're not yours?
They're not mine. I'll
Okay.
have the credit card.
Okay.
I'm very
Well,
wise.
that's what we would need to match up is who they are and how much that was so we can track it and see what we have. And if we need to improve on that system, be glad to do that. That's kind of the discussion that we had tonight.
I was just curious about the boat ramp internet though. We haven't had it in 3 months. Are we still paying for that?
I don't know what's wrong with boat ramp internet. Do you know? Bill?
Charlie Thompson took our dial down. They worked perfectly fine until Charlie came down there messing with it.
Okay,
Talked about it a couple meetings ago.
Yeah.
There was a problem with the line going to there, and what he said, so that's what I'm going with.
Okay,
Okay, if there's a line bat at my house, they'll come out and replace that for free.
okay.
I don't know what we're waiting on.
Do you know the contact that you use with that service? I'll be glad to call them myself. You
It's
said you
called
have-
1-800-KINETIC.
Who?
1-800, who do you pay?
Is it kinetic?
I don't pay the bill on that. Is that Kinetic?
Yes.
Okay, we'll give Kinetic a call. Thank you.
90 days later? We've asked for the last 3 months.
Okay, well, we'll do that.
So I did notice today, I heard some commotion next to Brennan Park, so I rode over there and saw that Brennan Park is having a lot of work done to it. But I was curious, isn't there a lot more safety things that need to be done in other parks versus Brennan? Because no one goes to Brennan Park.
Well, the people that do go there would have exception to that.
Well, I watch, I have cameras up. There's
Okay.
very few people that go
I
there
understand.
in relation to all of the other parks. I have a question for Vicki. In the last meeting, you told Bonnie that she was bucking the system. I thought we had bylaws. What system is that she's bucking?
You can
Wait a
direct your
minute.
questions
Yes,
to
you
the
may.
chairman.
So
He wasn't here, so I'm directing him to
No,
the person who
you're
said
gonna
it.
direct it to me, and then we'll discuss it. So what's the question?
So in the last meeting that you were not present,
Right?
Bonnie was asking some questions that Vicki didn't like.
Uh-huh.
And Vicki told Bonnie directly that she was, quote, bucking the system. I thought we had bylaws. What system is Bucky, or is Bonnie bucking?
Well,
It's a
not
figure
quite.
of speech.
Figure of speech, okay.
It
It's a
was
figure
not
of speech.
It's
literal.
not a figure of speech, but okay.
That's
It is
good.
not.
My last
literal.
question, I wanna know why the former sheriff took your spot last week, started the meeting off with unity and all, let's get together, everybody on the same team, but then he went ahead and told Bonnie to break a law, telling her to discuss stuff with members outside of the meeting. According to our bylaws, there should never be any discussion of anything of our parks without members present
Right.
and on camera.
Yeah,
And I don't see a camera
When
in
you
here.
said, you did just have discussion with members or with board members?
I was told not to, I was told I wasn't allowed to ask any more questions in the meeting.
Multiple times, Mr. Tracy,
Shut down.
on camera, and that's a felony according to the
You missed a crazy meeting.
So, all right, anybody else?
committed felony. My last question is, how many board members, or members, how many felonies are we gonna allow them to break the camera before we do something?
Hopefully no more.
Okay, anybody else? Yeah, Jesse.
So I was wondering, down at Point Park, that ramp that I put in, it's missing one of the buttresses at the end of it that stops it from having real kind of like sharp points
So you're
on
talking
it.
The aluminum ramp,
Yeah.
and it goes straight and it makes a 90 degree, or is it go straight in?
Well, it's got a curved thing, so it's not
Right.
just round pipe sticking out. One of those is,
That way?
Always been that way. Never had-
no, it's,
Let me, come through here, please.
Yeah.
So it's what, now you saw that it's got a sharp edge?
well, it just doesn't have that pipe. You know, there's a curved piece at the end of it that connects the top pipe from the bottom pipe on the
Right.
railing system, and that piece is gone.
So when you installed it, that was there?
Yeah.
And is it broke off, or was it taken off?
Well, it has to be kind of, I mean, it could fall off. It's got like a retaining Allen head that holds these two little bars. You
Right.
slide them together and you tighten that.
Okay.
But that piece is moving, so
Where did you buy that, did you buy that unit through the board, or?
I helped John Bryant get it from, a private individual that had it at his house, and then we delivered it over here and installed some of
You know
it.
where we could get a replacement piece for that?
There might be pieces of it either laying over there or in the storage room over there. I'm not positive. We did have some more pieces to it though.
Okay, you have you know the size, and we might could just fab it. It might be easier just to fab it of aluminum. wouldn't it?
Yeah, you can buy them too. I'm just not sure. You have to go like to the aluminum ramp places or a handicap, because that's mainly what those style of ramps are used for. But anyway, if you guys would get it, I'd be willing to reinstall it and put it on there. I just noticed that it was missing. I don't know how long it's been missing.
Do you use that ramp a lot?
Yeah, I mean,
So it'd be good for me if you could look at that.
Yeah.
Maybe measure it, draw it out, see what it is, and see if we can get it replaced. Glad that you put it on.
does anybody have anything against me looking over here to see if there's,
I doubt any aluminum would stand up very long.
there's some pieces, there is some pieces leaning against the fence.
Okay.
I think there was anyway.
Well, we'll take a look and see. Maybe after the
Okay.
meeting.
I remember there's a piece that keeps loosening up. We tighten that down regular. I tighten that down regular. It's never done as loop on the end.
So it's got, okay, so that's been gone for a while. Have you seen anybody get cut or hurt with that?
No, and I do try to, I go to the parks regular basis, so I do try to go sometime with some tool and tighten up the stuff, the anchors, and I try to maintain it a little bit if I can.
Okay.
That's what
We'll look after the meeting if you got a second. We'll look and see if there's something there. We'll get that corrected.
Okay.
Anybody else?
I'm not.
Yeah.
I had a couple more questions. So I know 5 people that were trying to get memberships. One of them is an ex-board member, and they've just been told that you guys aren't selling memberships or giving memberships or however you guys put it right now. So I was just curious, when are y'all going to be
What I'd like for you to do, you mean for this year or for next year?
for this year? For this year?
25?
Yeah.
Okay, if you'll give me their names.
Mike Wilson?
Mike Wilson's got his membership, I went over his house personally and done it,
When recently?
yeah.
Okay. There's some other. Jason Brooks is one. Dighton Beck is another one. No.
Nobody's been told that they can't get a membership.
Tell them to call me.
Okay.
all right? And we'll make sure.
And your cell phone number is still the same as it's been?
Don't
Okay.
tell everybody, but
Okay.
everybody knows.
I don't give I don't give nobody's number out unless they tell me I can. So.
Okay. You have another question?
No, I think that's it.
All right.
Oh, well, no, one more.
Can I put my 2 cents in worth?
Just don't do 3, okay?
Can I have one more question real quick?
I don't,
No, go ahead.
I don't understand why we just can't all pay by check or credit card or money order or something like that instead of cash. Just eliminate the cash.
I don't,
I personally
yeah.
pay by check,
right.
but I also pay my property taxes by check.
Understood.
The county doesn't take cash at all. And I don't see why we should be
But we
taking.
may be able to address that. We're not sure, so we're gonna have some discussions.
I mean, a
It'd
check
be a
or
lot
credit
easier,
card.
hey, it would be a lot easier for us if we could certainly have people paying by card or check. I
Make
agree.
it mandatory.
Yeah,
Transparency.
we may have to do it. Okay, thank you for that suggestion.
And one more real brief. I wasn't quite done.
Number 4.
Bridge Park over there. Is there any time frame on getting that thing back to
You're
real?
talking about the fences or the trees?
I mean, all of it.
Okay.
It hasn't been cut in about a month, it was cut about a month ago. And most of the fences are fixed up, we need a new gate for it. The board will have to approve that.
That's part of our
You-
fencing.
Once this budget's approved,
But I don't-
that'll
I don't
all
want-
go in place.
I know we're doing new fencing.
Gotcha.
so That's the reason why. That fence, that pig is about $300 or $400, I've already checked pricing. And besides that,
That gate's a little difficult too, so we want to look at
It's very difficult.
another way
but all
to do that.
all the rest of it's pretty well squared away. We don't cut all the parks we don't cut them all once a month.
Oh, yeah, I know that, yeah.
Because, only ones that are really used.
You get paid for it every
those
month, but not
adjusted
necessarily
for
cut.
cutting. Now, I don't let them get so high that they, people, during the winter, summer seasons, when I try to keep them really cut all of them.
Usually when they start calling and saying there's these snakes, that's when we get them out there.
Also, is
I try
the
to
county,
save- I try to save trepo money on not
Okay, last,
overcutting.
is the county gonna give us the rest of that park, or are we just gonna keep maintaining it and
Which one?
keeping it? Bridge Park.
Bridge Park,
Cause we fence off the county's property there too. I think if we petition the commissioners,
You sure it's not deeded to us already?
4 or 5 months ago,
I was on the head, in maintenance, when that went down.
Yeah.
And the reason it went down.
yeah, the board doesn't know any of
there
that,
was
so.
Pumps and wells that needed to be either repaired or
Removed.
sealed off.
That we're in the
The
right
one
way?
at Bridge Park, there was a big sinkhole right behind the well, and I knew that it had to be cemented in, sealed off.
Yeah.
I knew it was over with, and so it was open, and I'm like, well, we gotta do something or we're gonna get fined, so
Yeah.
Mr. Jolly made he told me go ahead, so I went to Swanee Management, and I met out there with the Swanee Management man, and Mr. Bright was on the head of the maintenance. We met there with the man, and the man said, look at this, who's doing this? There was 4-wheeler trucks that were going down, and it looked like they took claws and just tore
Right.
big shreds out of the land going
Okay.
down into the river. So he said, this is a violation of wetlands. There will be fines. I said, well, the county owns that side, and all the people from the county are going in there. He goes, well, they're gonna, you and them are gonna have to.
Yeah, I talked to the county
And-
back when, and they allowed us to put that fence over
They
there.
said,
So-
we went with the president of Trepo, I went up there, anyways, there was a couple people from Trepo, the secretary, I don't know, but anyways, 2 people, the director signed the paperwork with the county,
Yeah,
and the county was like, gave Trepo a lease for 99 years, I forget, it was something like
Yeah.
that. That's
It's still in the
why
county's
you
name.
need to look into it, because what it is the county said, you guys can take care of it, fence it off, and you're responsible if anybody tears it up, you gotta pay the fines.
I'll get with the county manager.
That's why we want you to see you're responsible.
Okay,
If it gets, that's why we fenced it and nobody's allowed to be using that.
parking on that or tearing it apart anymore, because we'll be fine, because we took responsibility of the county's property. They never gave it to us, but.
We'll take a look at it. I have one-
And I called them and talked with them, and they told me, Leanne, we'd have to go dig through, and you guys said, oh, we don't have the lease here, it's stuff got stolen.
Leanne, do you ever forget anything?
Sometimes.
Stuff like that.
Sometimes she'll ask me, sometimes she does.
One last question.
That was a big
No, that's
deal.
it.
I knew it was, I knew it was.
They said they'll look for it,
Yes,
but
ma'am.
it wasn't happening.
Yes, ma'am.
Pam Thomas, I apologize, I haven't been to meetings lately, but this is beautiful, nice work. I just have a question on parks. It sounds like, and I know, a lot has been done in improvements. I was just wondering, what is the plan for Midpoint? Because it is still dangerous and it just is so outdated compared to our other parks, and just checking to see what is.
It is a pretty tight park. I think the main thing there might be your concern for the dock. So we'll be taking another look at that this year. Okay? All right.
Quick, are we getting a
What?
newsletter?
Huh?
Are we getting a newsletter?
We're gonna get a postcard, I think.
Postcard?
Yeah,
Okay, but we are.
we will have a postcard going out. So, this is it, ma'am.
Just quickly,
Okay,
I'm
Ms. Gordon.
sorry, I'm
I'm-
sorry.
There's people starving to death up here, won't be at home. Yes, ma'am.
You were talking about redoing the gates. There's a small opening at the boat ramp park, and it's just wide enough so Mr. Jolly can get his scooter through there. You have to make sure that him and other handicapped people can get into the park conveniently.
Is that on the Columbia side or
No,
Swanee side?
Swanee side.
So you're saying we need to have a jolly gate in there?
Yeah, it is there.
Okay, all right. Okay.
She's just saying don't fence off the Jolly Gate.
We don't have the plan finished on that gate there, but we're working on it. So we'll be getting the budget
Just
approved.
don't cut Mr. Jolly out.
We'll take that into consideration, yes, ma'am. All right, meeting adjourned.
I'm gonna walk around over there.
I'm gonna make a trip to Live Oak.
Yeah.
Call me tomorrow, let me know what